see some of the parts of this. If you go to, again, back to chapter 2, look at verse 6. It says, and while they were there, the time came for her baby to be born, and she gave birth to her first child, a son, and she wrapped him snugly in strips of cloth and laid him in a manger because there was no lodging for them. Now, what you see up here is what traditionally has been the place where Jesus was born. Now, we don't know specifically if he was born in a shelter like this or a barn, but we do know that it was a place where animals were kept, or at least where animals were fed, because the Bible says that Jesus was put in a manger, a feeding trough. Most people or scholars believe that Jesus was born in a cave. In fact, if you go to Bethlehem today, there's a church called the Church of the Nativity. And it's built over a cave that in the year of 326 AD, Constantine the Great built this big, huge church over what was, translation, it says there was no lodging for them. If you go into the Greek New Testament, you find there's two words for the word inn. One is the word for a specific place like a hotel or like a facility that kept guests. But then there was another word that had to do with the lodging in general. No rooms here. And they had some temporary lodging for the caravans that were coming for the census. And when Mary and Joseph got there, the Bible just says there was no place for them. And so we don't know exactly where Jesus was born. We just know that it was in a place where animals were fed. In fact, we don't even know if there were animals. You've seen a nativity, and most of the time you see there's a donkey in here, there's a cow here, there's some sheep. And most nativities have that as a part of this scene here. We don't know. We don't know if the shepherds brought sheep with them that night. We don't know, and most people believe that the reason there was a donkey here is because Mary and Joseph rode on a donkey. Mary rode on a donkey all the way to Bethlehem. We don't know that. The Bible doesn't tell us that. If it was a caravan, probably she rode on a song that we sing, "The Cattle Are Lowing." But the point is this, not to get caught up in the details, not to look and see what exactly took place, because we don't know. The Bible doesn't tell us. So the Bible points to what's the most important. And so when you get to the next